Hi, it's Renee. I am still working on this journal that's made out of a padded envelope. I keep doing things to this and I keep adding to it. I've been working on the project, or not, 100-day project, and I've taken a lot of my old Project Life cards and I've made a bunch of different things with them. What I've been doing off camera is incorporating those into this book. And to me, no matter what I do, I haven't actually glued down this cover, it's sitting here. Here's what I've done. Let me do a quick flip through. Oh, these are some things. That was a little collage tag / bookmark that I made for the book. But I've added, this was one of my Project Life cards, 100-day projects. I made it into a pocket and added this. Here's a pocket I created, put a Artie Mays tag in here. I did some sewing, little ruffle sewing, put that in there. I made a little pocket here with a butterfly cut out, so whatever I slide in there will show through. Added this little thing on here. But here's what I'm finding. Put a little bit of lace on the book. But here's what I'm finding is the more I add to this, the more I absolutely hate this padded cover. It doesn't seem like what I want to do for my journals. So I'm kind of done with the padded cover. I'm going to continue to add to this and make things for the book. But I am going to put this, it is going to be a positive thinking journal, positivity journal, but it's not going to go in here. I think I have found another book that I can put this in, that it'll, this cover will fit on, and that the book, the stuff will fit inside of. So I think that's what I'm doing with this. I'm moving this to a hardcover book because I feel like this is too pretty to stick on a padded envelope. But, so I'm going to rewind, undo that, and I am going to make an ephemera holder out of this because this is a good pocket for large pieces. And let me move those out of the way. And I have got some fabric that I'm going to cover this with now. I'm going to move this out just a bit. There we go. I've got some fabric. I was given these upholstery fabric pieces, so I've got a ton of these pieces. If anybody would be interested in some of this, I'd be happy to put those on my Etsy store. I've got all kinds of colors. I've got, I don't know, maybe 50 of these, but they're this size. So so what I've done is I've picked out two that I know I'm never going to use in a journal. This one and this one. They don't match, but this is an ephemera holder and I'm reusing, upcycling upholstery fabric. So it's got the little paper piece on the back to identify what it is. But I'm just going to put these right on here. And you know what? I guess I don't like the fact that those are they clash just a bit here. So I'm going to grab one of my other colors in here. Maybe this one. That goes a little bit better. So I'll go like that and that. And inspired to make a ephemera holder. Corey Dahman has been doing a whole bunch of different kinds, and I thought I would just go ahead and make one out of this because I seriously, I don't like it. I asked a question about this on a website if people would do it, and then they did an example of one, which I thought was cool. I'd follow along, but the more I got into this, I just didn't like it. I don't like the padded envelope. I don't like the sound it makes. I don't know, but I am going to use it. I still am going to upcycle what I'm doing. So right now all I'm going to do is glue these two pieces. First I'm going to sew them together right here down the edge, and then I'm going to glue them onto this. I might put a piece of trim on the edge over here, so I'll see what I can find. So I'm going to sew this and I will be back. So what I've done is I have sewn this together in the middle, and I did a double, if you can see it, I did a double double line of sewing, one in blue and one in green, zigzag. And because once I did that, I needed a little extra space, so I added this trim around the edge to cover my book. The trim extended out my edge just a little bit, so I had enough, and then I needed a little bit more. I decided I wanted to cover the whole painted part. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me that I already painted it. It was fun. It was fun to come up with the color, but I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. That's what it boils down to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to affix, I'm probably going to just glue this because this is an ephemera holder, and I'm going to straighten this out, lay it out flat, and glue this to this piece. What I do want to do though here is I want to start in the middle and then work my way out, because if you start here, or you could start here and you could go all the way across, or you could start here and go all the way across. I like to start in the middle, line it up, adjust it to where I want it to be, and then bend it so I know how much that's going to take up when I bend it. And so I'm going to, I didn't bring my glue, of course, so I'm going to run and get my glue. I will be right back. Got the glue. I use Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix. Anytime I'm using fabric, that's what I use. It holds very well, and I'm really happy with it for fabric, so that's my preferred. The 3-in-1 I really haven't tested. They're kind of the same. I don't know if they are the same. I thought I'd check that out at some point, but I might use a 3-in-1 for buttons and paper and stuff. But okay, so I kind of have an idea where I want this to line up. So a little bit of ruffle shows on each side, and then so I'm going to kind of flip this back right here, and I'm just going to put some glue in here. In the middle. This is for me personally, so I'm not going to pay a whole lot of attention to detail. It is just to hold some stuff, and I could take it with me when I go out of town. It could be like a traveling ephemera book. A friend of mine, a Facebook friend, made a little mini ephemera holder, which I absolutely love because that's perfect for traveling. You can never have enough ephemera holders, because otherwise the pieces just don't get used. They end up in a box, for me anyway. Okay, so now that I have a little bit of this down, I am going to press this, make sure I'm still lined up. I am, so I'm just going to keep going. Make sure I put quite a bit around the edges, but use a little bit less in the middle. Now that I'm lined up where I want to be lined up. Because I just need it to be tacked in place. I don't need it to withstand like time and use and that kind of thing. Okay, so I have put this down on it, on that side, and I'm going to go to the other side. First get my edges. And then one stripe of glue down here, because I do want it to stick and cover over this edge of this lace. I mean, it was pretty easy to cover this up. Okay, now that I've got that pretty much glued down, I'm going to do the bend test, make sure I'm still good, or I covered everything up. Now see, I think, there we go. I just need to pinch it down a bit to get the glue to grab a hold of that. I'll do that along all the edges. I don't know what happened right there on my sewing machine. It, oh, did a weird stitch there. Okay, I'm going to press down here. Okay, and that is my cover. I have to get back to work. I'm on my lunch break right now. So now I've got this, and I've got this as the inside cover. And I will be adding my binding here to hold my ephemera pages. And then I've got this pocket here to hold the big stuff. Okay, I will be back with the completion of this. Thank you. Alright, I have got, all I have to do now on this is create a little binding, something a little bit sturdy to put my little folder pages in. I used a piece of cardstock chipboard from that box. No reason to go out and buy chipboard for this kind of thing. And what I'm going to do is this is going to get glued down here. But before I do that, I'm going to measure out where I'm going to make 3 folders, and this is the paper that I have picked out to make my folders. So all I'm going to do now is cut these down. They're actually the right size. They're 12 inches wide. And I'm going to cut down to where I need to be to make a folder. Let me do that really quick. So I'm not going to get crazy on the measuring here. So it's this line right below, probably right below the glass. This glass. Let's see if they're all, yeah, they're all the same. So I'm just going to put this in here. Go right there, probably. My other piece. I could measure, but you don't have to. I don't think. Let's find out. Okay, so I've got 3 pieces now. I'm only going to make 3 sections. So let's see. Alright, and if I fold these in half, see if they're going to be, yeah, that'll work. Alright, so each one of these is going to be a section for my folders. And so I will glue this down, mark my sections, but first I'm going to make, mark where my holes are going to be for each section after I put these in there. And that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some papers in here, but I will do that in the next video. Hopefully you can find some papers, find an old bubble wrap. I think this is, to me, this is a better use, for me personally, of the bubble wrap. And I'm also kind of testing this out here. Once I have 3 folders in there, I'm going to need to trim down this paper just a little bit so it's not sticking out. I will show you the next step in the next video. Hopefully we can wrap it up in that video. Thank you so much for watching.